Direct speech gets trickier when the words are split, moved around, or shared between speakers. I'm Marie from This Child Can, and I'm going to show you how to handle awkward speech punctuation without the panic. Welcome back. In our last lesson, we looked at SCAPs, speech marks, capital letter, actually said, punctuation, and speech marks again. That's still our starting point today, but now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what happens when speech moves around, gets split up, or continues on for a bit longer. It's important to keep coming back to three questions. What was actually said? Who said it? And is the same sentence or the same speaker still continuing? And it's important that the children understand what the punctuation is actually doing, rather than just memorizing lots of separate rules. So what happens when the speech goes at the end of the sentence? In this example, it says, Mum whispered, the hamster is in the cereal cupboard. We can see here that Mum whispered comes at the start of the sentence this time. Then we have a comma. That shows that the speech is about to begin. It's very common for children to miss out this comma before the speech. So the key question to ask is, what punctuation clue tells the reader that the speech is coming next? So what happens when the speech is split in two? Here we have, I absolutely refuse, said Noah, to wear a pineapple costume. Now it looks a little bit messy because the speech has been split into two parts by the words said Noah. But notice that said Noah interrupts the flow of the spoken sentence, but it doesn't end the sentence. And that's really important to note. So if we take out the words said Noah just for a moment, then what we're left with is I absolutely refuse to wear a pineapple costume. That's one continuing sentence. So the to does not need a capital letter. So the speech is interrupted and the commas show where the interruption happens. The exclamation mark shows the end of the spoken sentence. But what happens when we split the speech, but the second part begins a new sentence? Here we have, I knew it, said Ava. The cat has stolen my sandwich again. So here, the second part of the speech is a brand new sentence. If we take out said Ava, then what we are left with is I knew it. The cat has stolen my sandwich again. That's two complete separate sentences, and it shows the needs a new capital letter. So what happens if one person says several sentences, like in this example here? Where is my dragon? I left him by the toaster. He was wearing a blue hat, said the knight. Now notice that the speech marks start at the beginning of the speech and they don't close until after the final word of speech. And if we look here at this common mistake, children often put speech marks at the beginning and end of each sentence, not at the beginning and end of the speech, which is where they should go. So the key question to ask here is it just one person speaking? And if so, the speech marks go at the start of the speech and you don't close the speech marks until the person has finished speaking, no matter how long they speak for. Now, how do we show a conversation between two people? Here we have, where is my dragon? Asked the knight. Have you checked the biscuit tin? Replied the queen. So we have two people speaking. First the knight speaks, then the queen replies. And because we have a different person speaking, we start a new line. So the key message here is new speaker, new line. And the reason why this matters is because it helps the reader to follow the conversation. It stops the dialogue becoming all confusing. It keeps it nice and clear. If you're teaching lower confidence learners, start with the basics. Start with SCAPs. Don't teach all the different speech patterns at the same time. Stick with an easy one. Mum whispered, the hamster is in the cereal cupboard. Once that is secure, then move on to the split speech idea. If you need more support with the split speech idea, cover up the words said Noah or said Ava and just speak the parts that are actually spoken. And the final tip is to use different colours to show who is speaking. And if one person is speaking many sentences, show all of that speech in the one colour. So the key message here is that the basic SCAPS pattern helps children a lot. But when direct speech becomes trickier, children need to notice the structure of the sentence to get it right. So the 4 key questions to ask are: what is actually being said? Who is saying it? Is the same sentence continuing? And is the same speaker still speaking? Once children understand those answers and can give you the answers confidently, then that shows that they are understanding the punctuation and it makes more sense to them. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If this video helped, please like it and share it with someone who might find it useful. Don't forget to subscribe to This Child Can for more calm, practical tips to help support children's learning. And tell me, what's the punctuation rule that you wish someone had explained to you more clearly as a child?